Today's reading is Ingo from the Sexypedia Wiki. Ingo, known as Nobody in Japan, is a character in Pokemon Black and White, Black 2 and White 2, and Legends Arceus. Apparently a Pixiv sex symbol, people on Tumblr are also finally starting to see the sexy potential of the funny train man. His class is Tiamat, his aliases include Subway Boss Ingo and Warden Ingo, and his source is Pokemon. Basic information. In Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, Ingo runs the battle subway in Nimbasa City with his identical twin brother, Emmett. He runs the single battle line and can be fought once you've reached 20 consecutive wins. He and his brother can be fought together on the multi-battle line as well once the player has reached the same milestone. In Legends Arceus, he plays a bigger role in the story. He is in a position much similar to the player, in which he was forcefully brought back in time to the Hisui region and has lost nearly all of his memories of his past life. Now he is part of the Pearl clan, and is the warden who looks after Sneasler and guides the player through the Coronet Highlands. Afterwards, he can be found and battled in the Jubilife Village training grounds. His status as a sexy man seems to be a fairly recent development, with people claiming that he has a following on Pixiv. Even though he and his brother are greatly similar, he's getting more of the spotlight than Emmett, probably due to his sudden appearance in Legends. Archetypes. Angst. Ingo was ripped away from his life in present-day Unova and sent centuries into the past, and also lost almost all recollection of his past life in the process. When guiding the player through Wayward Cave, he mentions Emmett, but not by name. All he says is, "I'm trying to recall a man who looked like me. We'd battle and discuss Pokemon, I think." He also recalls a quote from his brother. The words, "I like winning more than anything else," flashed through my mind just now. In addition, he mentions his ace Pokemon Chandelure, saying, "I recall, faintly, that I had a partner once. A precious one. Its name escapes me, but I remember that it wielded flames with mastery." It's clear that he still retains some vague notions about his past, but he can't remember anything more than that. Quotable catchphrases. He tends to exclaim, "Bravo! Excellent!" when pleased, specifically when defeated in battle. He also makes a lot of train puns, but he usually does this unintentionally considering his memory loss. Clown. The man has clown shoes. QED. Okay, Ingo's and Emmett's character design are based on clowns. They've even got the whole comedy and tragedy masks theming with their smiling and frowning faces. Considering their black and white colors, maybe they're more accurately Piero's. Duality/perpetual frowner. Ingo and Emmett's entire thing is duality. Ingo rarely smiles, Emmett always smiles. Ingo dresses in black, Emmett dresses in white. Ingo's Japanese name means up train, Emmett's Japanese name means down train. And, as of Legends, Ingo can't remember Emmett's name, even though a very important part of Emmett's character is his habit of repeating his name over and over. "I am Emmett. I went against you. But this is not the end. I am sure you will show up here again. I will wait for it and win against you again. Because I am Subway Boss. I am Emmett." Ensemble Dark Horse. Ingo and Emmett are surprisingly popular in Japan. According to a poll, the pair were the second and third most popular characters in Black and White respectively, losing only to N himself. In two other polls that were separated by gender, Ingo actually won over N in the women's poll, though Emmett ended up being third place behind N. Quite odd when you take into account the fact that these two aren't that important to the story. They're just some guys mainly found in post-game content. John Locked. Going solely off the number of works on the pairing on AO3, the most popular ship appears to be Blank Shipping, where Ingo is paired with his brother Emmett, with 449 works. Please note that the Sexypedia does not endorse incest shipping. The next highest tagged pair is Ingo X Reader, with 193 works. Following that is Ingo paired with Melly, also known as Highlands Shipping, with 107 works. And in fourth place is Ingo paired with the Nimbasa gym leader Elisa, also known as Nimbasa Battle Shipping, with 18 works as of June 29, 2023. Mysterious. Nobody is sure why Ingo fell to Hisui, and his amnesia simply adds to the mystery. He just appeared one day, unable to remember anything other than his own name, and it's unknown if he ever goes home after the event of Legends. Suit Guy. In the Pokemon Masters event Curious Wonderland, Ingo and Emmett are given alternate outfits of tuxedos and top hats. Cue the Onceler jokes. Pale Twink. According to the fans, Ingo is a pale twink, although whether his legend self is a twink or not is debatable. Unkempt. In Legends, he is visibly older, with bags under his eyes and sporting a new goatee. His coat is practically torn to shreds, and his posture is no longer formal and upright. Man's going through it. It was also revealed that he is balding. Well-dressed/long coat. Technically also a uniform, his big stupid coat is supposed to resemble train tracks. It makes his silhouette very distinct, which probably adds to his recognizability as a sexy man. Monster features. The subway boss's BW1 sprites have quite an uncanny look to them with unnatural looking eyes, leading to many people to headcanon them as having glowing eyes. Ingo is definitely the one people draw with glowing eyes more though. In Legends Arceus, his eyes appear to glow brightly in the dark. Probably unintentional on Game Freak's part though, since that was the result of an odd quirk in the character modeling. Distinctive voice. While having only minor roles in the Pokemon anime, and being given different voices upon being added to the voice-acted Pokemon Masters EX, an incredibly large amount of content from the early days of his following involves Utah-based parodies of existing Vocaloid songs. Almost all these videos use the pre-existing vocals of Castanet Ted, while a small but notable amount use Suiga Sora or VY2 instead. Following his resurgence in popularity, dedicated voice banks using his lines from Masters EX were created. The vast majority, however, all use Ted's vocals, giving him a de facto singing voice if nothing else. Meanwhile, Ingo's Japanese voice in Pokemon Masters EX is often memed for his loudness. His voice actor sounds like he put his entire heart and throat into those super bravos. Theme song. See above. A large amount of his early fan works were pre-existing Vocaloid songs parodied to reference the Battle Subway, with a surprising large subset of these managing to foreshadow his later disappearance. Monsterization. Following their resurgence in popularity, many different AUs focusing on the twins began to be created, with how accurate these versions are to the source material varying dramatically. Fanon. Content of Ingo seems to be mostly memes about his disappearance, but there is no shortage of randoms lusting after him. They want that Ingusi. Either way, it all eventually boils down to Funny Train Man. Due to him keeping watch over an important Pokemon known as Lady Sneasler in Legends Arceus, many fans draw him with a large amount of Hisuian Sneasels, providing parody to Emmett's well-established hordes of Joltik.